Hey, as a Christian, around Easter time, I do a lot of time just reflecting and thinking on the season. I don't know about you, but I find that every year as I go through a season like Christmas and Easter and other events, I don't look at the number of times I've gone through it. I look at new ways that I can examine and new ways I can focus on the experience, on the time of season. And this Good Friday was no different. I was really thinking about the cross, and especially the two thieves on either side. And it really struck me this year the conversations that were going on either side of Jesus as he hung on the cross. One was jeering him and echoing what the crowd was saying. They were yelling out, all the leaders and religious people and all the other people in that had gathered were shouting out, look, if you really are the King of the Jews, if you really are who you say you are, get down off the cross, heal yourself. You don't need to continue on through that. You've performed all these miracles. What's one more miracle? Use that and save yourself. And the one thief on the cross was kind of jabbing at Jesus as well, saying, yeah, if it's really true, if you really are the Son of God, if you really are the Messiah, if you really are the King of the Jews, if you really are who you say you are, then save yourself and save me too. Right? He didn't deserve it, as his friend on the other side said, but he was jeering him nonetheless. And I really think it was the enemy. You remember when Jesus was tempted in the wilderness, and 3 times the enemy tempted him with various things. And each time Jesus used the word and spoke against that. I think this was one last attempt at the enemy just saying, look, you really are who you say you are. Get yourself off the cross. Take the position that this world is offering you to be their king, to be ruler and reign, and just you don't need to go through death. You don't need to go through all this pain and anguish. You can save yourself. And it was almost like the enemy was jeering him and just saying, look, just one last time, just save yourself. Get yourself off the cross and put an end to this. And then the thief on the other side rebuked the guy and just said, look, we deserve what we're getting here. This guy's done nothing wrong. And he turned to Jesus and said, remember me the day when you enter into your kingdom. And Jesus said to him, this day you will enter into paradise with me. It's interesting how this conversation was happening on either side. One trying to get Jesus to put an end to it, to step off the cross, to step down and forget all about it. And the other one saying, look, we deserve what we're getting. You don't. And remember me. I'm turning my heart, I'm turning myself over to you. And it really made me go a little bit further in this. Our journeys are not too dissimilar. We have people that are on either side of us saying, keep going. And others are saying, why are you doing what you're doing? Why don't you step back and forget about it? Forget about that dream. Forget about that vision. Now, I know we can't put ourselves in the same boat or the same category as Jesus is. We can only aspire to becoming better and a better version of ourselves. But nonetheless, we all have a calling on our lives. We have unique gifts and talents that we need to bring into the world. There are people in our world, in our circle of influence, in our sphere of influence, that need to hear our words, that need to be encouraged, that need to be supported, that need to be rescued. And it's our responsibility to take that message, to take our lived experiences and encourage them, to support them, to keep them from going through things that perhaps we've gone through, that have got us through have brought us along on our journey for so long and so far, and they need to hear those same words. Yet there's some that are calling out and just saying, look, just give up on your dream. Forget who you think you are. Forget being that speaker. Forget about writing that book. Forget about taking your message to the world. Forget about all that stuff. Who do you think you are? And there's so many people that would speak that into our lives or speak that over us, and we sometimes listen to that. We listen to our own voices inside, don't we? Where we have that dialogue that's running through our mind thinking, well, who are you to think that you can help others? Who are you to think that your message or your story is valuable and important? But I want to encourage us today to look and reflect on that and just say, Is there a calling on your life to speak your word, to speak your message, to speak your story, to share your story with those around you? Because they may benefit in a way that you have no idea. You have no clue on how you're going to benefit, how you're going to bless their lives. So I want to encourage you to look at the story that you have to share, the lived experiences that you've gone through, and how that can support others to grow and to succeed, to have breakthroughs, to see life in a whole new way, to see it more meaningful. I want to encourage you to look at that because it's not too dissimilar. The enemy and the opposition are always trying to quiet our voices. Nobody wants us to step up and proclaim and share and encourage and inspire. But what do you say? I want to encourage you today to have a look at that and give it some thought. Anyways, that's just been my reflections over these last couple of weeks as we've come into this season, and as I've been entering through and just reflecting on it. I just want to encourage you with that. So I'll talk again soon.